I want to introduce, because I'm very proud to be connected with this gentleman, because if you're talking about somebody who loves the Philippines in regards to uplifting it and providing value to the Philippine coffee industry, this is the man. And the reason why I'm also always asking him, because if you follow him on Instagram, on any social media, I think TikTok or even Facebook, you're going to see that he's not only on there, but people, the local newspapers are always asking him about what what his products are all about, and he's more than happy to talk their ear off. And this gentleman can speak, but he speaks with a lot of weight and value. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you that what I mean now. So let me go ahead and introduce to you the owner of, I think now two, Teofilo Coffee, a specialty coffee shop. Please welcome Ron Dizon. Hey, Ron.
Hey, how's it going? Good afternoon and good morning.
Yeah, good morning. It's
Right?
6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock in the Philippines, but the most important thing is that you actually agreed to do it, because I know that you've got other projects that you're always doing too. So I'm going to shut up at this point. You talk about Teofilo Coffee, but please do not be shy. Tell them how amazing you guys, the shop is in terms of the notoriety, because it doesn't matter how you're getting them. To me, they focus on you, but they also focus on the Philippines, bro. So go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, well, I'd like to thank you always, for sure, Hernan, for, allowing us to share our passion with a lot of people. And what we want to focus on here at Teofilo Coffee is a really simple mission, is to give back to the Philippines. And you're probably wondering, how do you do that with coffee? And we believe that the coffee is the connection for most people. And if you can imagine that when we buy the coffees directly from these farms and we start spreading this around, that in return is giving that back to the Philippines, back to the farmers, directly to the farmers. So we're trying to create a model and kind of a supply chain that's not there yet. And we're just kind of opening up people's eyes to what Philippine coffee can be and what it has been for the past over 100 years, right? So we have a really long history in coffee. That's why I don't think I have to believe it. It's already happened since the late 1700s. So that's why I'm so proud that we have it and to promote it. It's really easy because it's not something that's made up, right? It's absolutely a real thing. And, being given these opportunities to share, and to work with people like Hernan and obviously other people too. So, yeah. Can I make some coffee while I'm talking? Sorry.
Yeah, man. That's exactly what I want you to do. The only thing that I'm so annoyed with, to be perfectly honest with you, which I'm really fuming right now, is that I can't do this thing in your office or in your store, so I can have some of that coffee that you're about to make.
Unfortunately, we don't have that technology yet, but one day we will. We will. I'm working on that future.
Okay, so right now, what are you making? Just give me the ingredients, so at least I can have the audience, whether in the Philippines or here, what type of products are you using right now? So what are the coffee beans? What are the ingredients, and what is the name of the drink that you're making?
Yeah, so I'm just going to keep it really simple and just make just a cup of coffee. And I would say the star of the show is going to be the coffee. And this coffee in general, what I'm brewing right now is actually one of the rare beans that's cultivated in the Philippines. And when I say that, I mean that's, if you look at the world in terms of percentages of coffee, there's Arabica, which is about 60% of the world, and then Robusta is about 40%, and Excelsa and Liberica are single-digit numbers in comparison to these things that people regularly consume. So this one is actually a Liberica species from Lipa, Batangas. So this is straight Baraco. So this is now available to people here in North America, whoever wants it. And since I started this business, that was the number one thing that people kept on asking. And to get to this point, it's taken so long, but it's so worth it, to promote how rare this coffee is. And a lot of this coffee is, I would say all of them are rare, right? But being a 2% of the world production, and it's mostly cultivated in the Philippines, I would say I would say that's the rarest thing in the world, you know. So,
These coffee beans are very fortunate that they have someone like you, Ron. Only because you're a hardworking man, dude. I mean, you got now 2 stores, right? And I know you still go to a lot of the pop-ups. You go to a lot of trade shows or events. I mean, that's what I really also wanted to drive home with the people in the Philippines that are watching, because I know that sometimes getting some of the beans potentially can be challenging because of supply chain, right? So I want to go ahead and create sort of this message to the people in the Philippines that if you're growing coffee beans or you're thinking about growing coffee beans, good quality coffee beans, you want to get to know Mr. Ron Dizon, because he is a hardworking person when it comes to not only running that business, but really promoting the coffee beans, the Barako. And if you want some information, or you're very lucky because this gentleman also likes to teach. He likes to share information. So is that right, Ron?
Yeah, I mean, just like exactly what we're doing right now. Even as our shop operates normally, a lot of our team members and people that come in, it's really easy to sell coffee, right? But we want to. But more than selling point, it's more sharing our history in coffee, and we cannot be overshadowed by the rest of the other countries that have it, because we have a longer history than most countries that's been in the coffee industry. We're the second largest supplier at one point in history, so we're going to work our way back up there. And I would say we're still in the single digits as we speak right now. And I think, just to let everyone know, if there's any farmers who are seeking help or who want to push their coffee, no matter what cupping score or whatever, we want the coffee. We absolutely want any coffees that come from the Philippines. Whoever you are, come seek out, and we'll find to get that coffee here. And I'll tell you this: we have 2 of the award-winning coffees that won Philippine Coffee in Boston, and we actually broke the record this year. We are the first country to actually get this high of a auction number for 2 coffees that were number 1, Arabica and Robusta. So that's how much we care about our people, and that's why I say we're all about changing it, and that's our mission, is to give back. So I think it's really easy. The work that we do is not absolutely hard work. The hard work is back home. That's where all the hard work is. So what we do here and how we share this stuff, with people, I would say is absolutely the easiest thing in the world. I would say the hardest work, I would say, is done by our people back home, and knowing the lack of resources they have, they can still produce these great coffees. That's the amazing part. Because like I said, we do the easy stuff here because we have everything available to us. So more props to the people back home.
Last week we had Quinto Comics live at the EmPHorium, and had some cups of coffee too. And I'm reminded how much care he provides in creating, making the coffee. And he had one of his associates, his name is Jesus, was also there. And
The Coffee Jesus.
Oh, the Coffee Jesus. Okay, I love that. See, his team members are also what makes Teofilo great, because of the fact that he does, they all share the same craziness, if you want to call it that, passion in terms of the coffee. But I just want to bring that out because I want to do a shout out to the Coffee Jesus, right? But
right.
Overall, I want to continue to always have you on the show, because not only because you're already getting the publicity that you need to make the business go, because everybody's curious, and I'm happy for you, and I want to continue to push things, or whatever ways, humble thing I can give you. But what I really also want to do is make sure that the Filipino farmers are always in tune with the show, so that they can see that if you're growing coffee beans, bro, you got to call Ron, or you got to call EmPHorium first, because your business model is not just retail, but it's also wholesale. And which means that a lot of people are discovering it. Ron's creating a brand for himself, and people who, in whether it be their Filipino restaurants or bakeries, it doesn't matter whether they're that. It could, he's reaching other types of entities that are curious about the beans. So reach out to Ron and reach out to me and trying to organize that for you if that's what you're trying to do. Any last words? Oh, yeah. So are you done with the coffee?
I am. I wish I would just say cheers and thank you to my people back home. And yeah, like thank you so much, Ferdinand. Like always, man, you do so much for us. I know you're being so humble about it, but you've connected with so many people. I don't think I'd be here. Like literally, I wouldn't be here on this show. So don't be so humble with that. So
no, the humility is just it's just to keep myself straight, and also it's my wife. My wife's in my head too.
Oh, for sure. No. I mean, we definitely we just got to think about how we can help each other out every single time.
Yeah.
And I think that's obviously the recipe for success. Right?
Yeah. All kidding aside, I just appreciate running into people that have the same mindset. Ron, in this segment, we were able to introduce that side of the business. Hopefully, the next one we get to maybe talk about your other business, the second store that you have, and then continue to discuss what you're finding out in the marketplace. What coffee means to at least the LA scene, like how are they taking to it? What's their favorite? What's their blend that they like? I want to talk to you about that next time, so that all of a sudden you become sort of the resident coffee expert for the Filipino farmers who want data from you and what kind of coffee beans they should be growing. Okay?
Of course, yeah, no problem. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. Take care, Ron.